Hello, welcome to the first episode of Solopreneur Diaries. In this episode, I'm going to be building my portfolio for web design and I'm going to be taking you along with me. Okay, for the briefing, I used ChatGPT AI and I gave it a little something and it was super helpful. So let's go over it. I am Chef Isabella Rosi, a passionate culinary expert specializing in traditional Italian cuisine. My primary goal is to establish a captivating online presence that not only showcases my diverse culinary creations, but also serves as a platform to attract inquiries for events and allows me to share and sell exclusive recipes. I'm looking for a visually stunning design that is easy to navigate. The website should embody my culinary philosophy and act as a virtual hub for both potential clients and food enthusiasts alike. So that's the briefing in first person mode. I'm not sure if that's like a bit weird or something. And I also had it act as essentially what I refer to it as a portfolio client. I put my questionnaire that I do for clients I've had and I got the AI to answer it as if they are actually the client. So you'll see and hear me refer to that often from their responses. That's what the responses are, if that makes sense. As an overview of day one, I looked over the portfolio client's questionnaire answers, started the mood board to get the visual mess out of my head and organized. I was testing it out via Squarespace as a YouTuber Megan Week suggested, but I find Squarespace very limiting and prefer Wix instead, especially since I have more experience with it. So I'll be using that in the next episode for the working prototype. But on day two, I'm just continuing the process, which you guys will see. To go over the mood board, I chose a chef I found online to be essentially the face of the brand and kind of wanted to put like a face to the image in a way. I also added a bunch of Italian foods, cuisine, dessert, and like a catering as well. For typography, I just chose Nunito for the heading, subheading, and body. I wanted to kind of keep it simple. You know, it is the first design, and I made a very simplistic logo, which is her name in the Cinzel font and the initial of her last name in the Brightwall font. For the color palette, I did want to keep it traditional and have it as Italian, but also keep it minimalistic. So I was looking around and looking at different palettes and see what I liked, and I kind of put it together. Anything that would also give a minimalistic vibe too, because we're kind of going in that direction, and of being minimal but also keeping the elegancy. I did do research with looking at chefs online, and also the AI actually gave me 2 reference websites. So I was actually, since I was starting from scratch, I decided to do a more in-depth mood board, more towards, now that I have the vision out of my head, now I can actually focus on the aspects and elements, so a more in-depth mood board. And I actually found a nice one on Google to reference. So I'm basically using this as a guide to make a web design reference. I don't know if that's the correct phrasing, but I'll correct it. Basically wanted to use like a kind of a guide, because when I went to go on Squarespace, I didn't want to use a lot of what they have, because I want to just get everything the way I have it in my head, and it was kind of confusing me. So before I go on to Figma, before I start adding all of that, I wanted to make the elements here. And I do have Adobe Creative Suite, like the whole thing, but I'm doing it on Canva because Canva is like pretty straightforward, very easy, and there's tools already there that's gonna help me. So this is the progress so far. This was the visual mood board, I would say, and then this is going to be the web design mood board, if that makes sense. So I'm just gonna have, and then I'm gonna continue to have all the aspects and elements on Canva just as a beginner. And yeah.